Patrick, I can remember the moment I knew you were forever like it was yesterday. We were in the car and we were driving and we were talking about our future. Together, apart, our dreams as a couple and as individuals. In that moment, I knew I wanted to make your goals just as important as my own. I wanted to celebrate our victories, big or small, together and never apart. The world began to fade away. You continued to speak, and my eyes filled up with tears because of how passionate you were about the days to come. You grabbed my hand and you kissed it. It was then that I knew I was a part of something special, something bigger than me.
My biggest stress of the wedding has been writing these vows. How do I put into words my love for you? I talked to people who have gotten married, spoke to our pastor, and as you caught me, watching YouTube videos for inspiration. The only real good advice I received was to speak from the heart. And as you know, speaking from my heart is incredibly difficult. But recently, you've been asking me when I knew you were the one. And I've told you a variety of different stories. The truth is, it's been multiple different times. That time when you, Liv, and I were in Disney World, and the one ride you didn't want to go on was the Tower of Terror. We dragged you on, and we stopped you from running off. You screamed, you had panic attacks, and cried all while in line. But when we got off, you were the first to drag us back on. Another You're the One moment was one of the first times we hung out when Mike and I filmed a music video at your house. This taught me two things. How cool you were, but also to never let a few college kids film any school projects in our home, no matter how good they promise the end product will be. Or it was a little later in our relationship when you came on vacation with my family and I. One night I was sick and stayed back in the hotel room, and you all went to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Yeah, we did.
You came back to the debilitated sight of me, and with the distinct smell of overpriced pina coladas still on your breath, you just said, "Your family likes me more than you."
Yeah, they do.
But most importantly, it was when our beloved Tucker died, and you were there every step of the way, showing how compassionate, kind, and truly vital you are to me in times of adversity.
Our love isn't like fairy tales. Our love is real love. That kind of love that pulls you out of bed in the morning to bring Remy out even though I promised I would. And that kind of love that drives you home late at night after a work trip in New York just so I don't have to go to bed by myself. That kind of love that buys 6 stud finders, 2 nail guns, and a saw just so my dreams of having crown molding come true. It's because of this love, your love, that I promise you this. I promise to trust and value all of your ideas and predictions, even when they may spoil the end of a show. I promise to be patient and understanding, even when you need to use the restroom just as we're headed out the door. And I promise to listen intensely, as you are just as important when speaking when David Muir is. I promise to always love you and remind you every day that I love you, even when it's a text message right before takeoff. You are the love of my life, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for us.
According to YouTube, I now have to go on to part 2, the actual vows. They say I need to make them realistic, so I will never go to bed angry, I will let you win every argument, and most importantly, I'll let Remy love you more. In all sincerity though, I cannot stand here before you as an honest man and tell you there will always be good times. I promise to always tell you not the easy things, but what you always need to hear. I will be there for you in your difficult times and always be the best husband I can during mine. And like we always say, I won't always like you, but I always love you.
Having witnessed your vows for marriage, with all assembled here, and by the power vested in me by the state of Massachusetts, I announce with great joy that you are now husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. It's my great pleasure to present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Patrick and Katrina Walker.
Good evening and welcome, everyone. And I'm thrilled that you are all here celebrating the marriage of Katrina and Patrick. As I look at the beautiful woman before me in the lovely wedding gown, I can't help but reflect on the girl that she was and the woman she has become. She became Daddy's girl on the day she was born and has always been a princess to me. Today, she has joined hands with a wonderful young man. I'm filled with pride and confident that Katrina and Patrick are about to embark on a beautiful journey filled with the love and happiness that can only come as a husband and wife. May the two of you always treat each other with love, compassion, and kindness. Please join me today in wishing Katrina and Patrick every happiness possible and long and joyful life together as husband and wife.
Looking back, I can clearly remember the days when I only called Katrina Sissy. Growing up, she was like a parent, one who guided and taught me. I've learned many things through Katrina simply by watching who she was becoming. As different as we are in looks and personalities, Katrina and I have the same heart. Although my father is giving my sister away, it feels as though I'm also giving my sister away. However, without a doubt, she is marrying one of the most genuine, attentive, supportive, etc. people that I have ever come to know. They will do great things. The future is theirs for the taking. Congratulations.
It's not every day you meet someone like Pat. He's empathetic, understanding, confident in his convictions, and he's hilarious. When I initially joined the Marine Corps, I was told to choose someone to receive my death benefit if I were to go overseas and not make it back. I chose my mother, obviously. However, the Marine Corps required me to assign a secondary beneficiary. I wrote down Patrick Donovan Walker. Later, I knew that was the right decision. When I was overseas, Pat went over to my mother's house when she asked if he could fix our sink. He did it without hesitation. He even sat down with her and listened to her vent about all things she was going through. I really appreciate that, man. Granted, when I came home, I actually had to fix the sink. So, Pat and Katrina, you guys are great together. And if you care for and nurture your marriage the same way you care for and nurture your plants, I have no doubt in my mind your love will continue to grow. The bride and groom.